to the government. It does not belong to businesses. It does not belong to other people. It does not belong to so-called experts. It does not belong to bureaucrats. The idea that a human being does not have a human right to say no to an injection must be rejected completely and with a fierce urgency.
Amen.
Similarly, no one has a right to say you don't get to earn a living, or that your business must shut down, or that you require your customers to cover their faces or inject a substance into their bodies to enter your business. No politician, elected official, expert, or fellow citizen has a legitimate authority to force you or your children to wear a mask, or force you to inject yourself or your children, or force you to shut down your business. And they certainly do not have legitimate power to make you a second-class citizen if you just say no.
Just say no.
Just say no.
No.
Just say no.
Just say no. Just say no.
They are prominent politicians, cultural influencers, and fellow citizens who unashamedly promote the idea that there should be one set of rules and privileges for those who vaccinate and or mask, and one set for those who do not. They are right now saying things like unvaccinated individuals should be turned away from hospital if they get sick. And they're saying leave them to die. And they're saying, so they want people who do not vaccinate to pay 99% tax rates, pay higher insurance premium, and be excluded from everything in life. And as you know, this is already happening in several countries, including France, where you have to show a vaccine passport to enter a restaurant, to travel, or to go to any entertainment. New York started this week. This is a sort of talk that leads to atrocities being committed against one group of people, and it is why we are making a stand. There are people involved in this movement who got the vaccine, and people who did not. There are people who wear masks, and people who do not. There are conservatives and liberals. Those differences don't matter. What matters is our shared opposition to the sort of illegitimate force and totalitarianism we now face together. And so, this is our notice to those that seek to impose their tyranny on us. We will not comply. We do not consent. Together, we just say no to your illegitimate medical mandates. And we say yes to freedom. Yes to liberty. Yes to solidarity with the healthcare workers, first responders, and others who are being threatened with termination for asserting their basic human rights. We say yes to prevention and early treatment options that are still being censored and suppressed. We say yes to self-discipline, self-quarantine. Obviously, the pendant of liberty is responsibility. We don't want lockdowns, we don't want to be forced to vaccine or take masks, but it is obvious that if we know we are sick or exposed or have been infected, we will self-quarantine for a week, and then if we're good, and we go back to our usual occupation, and if not, we get treated, as long as we can get those treatments that are our right to get. So why is that? Why are hospitals refusing to use treatments that primary care doctors across the world are using successfully to treat COVID patients, even those who are very ill? Why is it that Western nations that are suppressing this information? Why are developing nations using these medicines like hydrochloroquine and ivermectin with amazing success? Is it money? Why are Americans not allowed to know about these medicines? Ivermectin has been shown to be more effective at preventing transmission and safer than the vaccines. and yet it is not even offered as an alternative. These are questions that must be asked and answered. There is a statement going around on social media that says, mandating what must be injected into a person's body to be allowed the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness has no place in a free society. We fight for a free society. We will not be silenced, and we will not ever stop fighting. If you are an elected official who believes you have the authority or power to inject a substance into our body, or force us to cover our faces, or force us to close down our business, you are mistaken, and you will be replaced by someone who understands basic human rights. Say it with me. No to medical mandates. Yes to medical mandates. Yes to liberty. No to medical mandates. Yes to liberty. No to medical mandates. Yes to liberty. No to medical mandates. Yes to liberty. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll start with Amendment 1. Number 1, the government cannot make you believe in a religion.
Number 2 is the government cannot keep you from practicing any religion you choose.
Number 3, the government cannot keep you from saying what you wish.
The government cannot keep you from writing what you want.
Number 5, the government cannot stop you from publishing what you want.
The government cannot keep you from joining together peacefully with others to express your views.
Amen to number 6. Number 7, the government cannot prevent you from complaining about what the government or others are doing to you.
If you're going to comment, Amendment 2. The government cannot take away your right to own and keep guns.
Amendment 3, number 9. The government cannot make you let soldiers live in your house unless the country comes under attack and Congress specifically authorizes it.
We're getting close to
Number 13, the government cannot make you incriminate yourself.
Number 14, the government cannot take away your life, liberty, or property without following the law.
Number 15, there we go. The government cannot take your private property from you for public use unless it pays to you what your property is worth.
16, the government cannot hold you in jail for a long time without a trial if you are accused of having broken the law.
Amendment 6, we're on number 17. The government cannot deny to you a speedy trial with a jury of your fellow citizens.
The government cannot keep secret from you those who will speak against you.
Number 19, the government cannot prevent you from having your personal attorney.
Number 20, the government cannot keep you from having other people help you defend yourself in a courtroom.
Amendment 7, number 21. The government cannot keep you from having a trial decided by your fellow citizens in civil disputes and the fact-finding by the jury in those trials cannot be overturned by other courts.
Okay, Amendment 8. The government cannot make people pay an unfairly high amount of money for bail while they wait for a judge or jury to hear their case.
Number 23. The government cannot punish you for a crime in a cruel and unusual way.
Amendment 9, number 24, the government cannot limit your rights to just those listed in the Bill of Rights.
And the final amendment, number 10, and the 25th. The government cannot claim to possess more power and authority than what the Constitution permits, and all other powers not listed in the Constitution belong to the states or individuals.
Why do I feel like our government is breaking some of these laws big time?
Thank you.
Action for everybody to come out here. So thanks everybody that came out. Please get people to come with you every time we have an event. We're going to make it as big as we did last year, right? We need to do it. We're fighting harder this year than we did last year. Okay, we have to. A lot was on the line before, even more is on the line now. So our call to action is the right to breathe, earn a living, and decide what goes in our bodies and what doesn't, our natural rights, meaning we are born with them. They aren't rights that are granted to us by a king or a government. They are God-given rights, and a government or a king has no right to take them away. Standing here today has been important, and we likely need to continue to stand publicly like this in the future. But it's not enough. It's not enough, guys. It's not enough to protect our rights. We are truly at a crossroads. I know before January 6th and everything, I was like, this is it, guys, but no, this is really it this time. We are at a crossroads. If we comply with this tyranny, if we keep continuing to comply with this tyranny, what's next? It won't be easy to fight what is next. What comes next is never easier when it comes to totalitarianism, or oligarchies, or dictatorships, or communist regimes, or whatever you want to call it. Say no. Our call to action is to just say no. We're not going to comply anymore. And real quick, I want to tell you a story, and Suzanne knows about it. We were at the gun show in Robstown. I'm going to call it out there, with some guy who looked like he needed a shower, wearing a mask from his ear, trying to take my temperature with a laser gun. No, thank you. Are you a medical professional? Do you have a doctor on staff that says that that's okay for you to do that? Then you are practicing medicine without a license. That is a felony. But the police came and they didn't care, because the thin blue line is getting very gray right now. So, say no to masks. We're done with that. Gotta sacrifice some stuff right now, guys. We gotta really sacrifice some stuff. Some store you might love to go into, you know, and they're gonna try to do, nope, sorry, I wasted my time, and just leave. You know, it's not worth it. But I made sure that I let them know that I don't walk away quietly. I never walk away quietly when it comes to tyranny. Okay? I might walk away, but I'm not walking away quietly. So, say no to masks. Do not send your children to school in masks, for God's sakes. People, if any other circumstance besides this situation, I don't even want to call it, it's a scamdemic, whatever, okay? Any other situation where you restricted a child's breathing, you would have the authorities at your house. But now you can suffocate your children and it seems to be okay. No, the science has been wrong over and over from the beginning, okay? Don't wear a mask, period. Say no to the vaccine if you don't want to get it. If you want to get it, get it. But if you don't, just say no. Just say no. Just say no. Just say no.
Just say no. And no.
And no again. If you want it, that's your business, that's your decision, go for it. However, if you don't want it, do not, under any circumstances, get it. Don't be intimidated by it. Don't let them give you incentives or tell you you're going to be entered into a lottery to win a bunch of money if you get it. Don't do it. Just say no. Make your employer fire you. Do not quit.
Do not admit to signing a resignation.
Yeah, no, do not let them bully you into resigning. Make them fire you. Say no to lockdowns and limit on gathering, like any of us really did that in the first place, right? I wish somebody would try to tell me who I can have in my house. Get together with whoever and however many people you want to and keep your business open. And if the police come, you tell them they are not welcome there, that it is, we don't accept the Gestapo. Which is what a lot of these woke officers are doing. Say no to Say no to requirements for customers and employees to be vaccinated or masks. Do not require it. Be a beacon for liberty. If you own a business, don't require your patrons or your employees to wear a mask or to get the vaccination. Let it be up to them. My body, my choice, right? It can't count in one area and not another. And find information on prevention through prophylactic medicines like hydrochloroquine and ivermectin. Keep some zinc on hand too and some vitamin D. You can help stop the spread by using effective and safe proven medicines like that. And you can also stop the spread by washing your hands. Imagine how many people didn't know how to wash their hands until now, right? Figure out where you can get early treatment. Check our newsletter special issue on COVID so that you can treat the illness and stay out of the hospital. The tyrants want to say, we don't care about people getting sick or dying, but we are the ones advocating real prevention and early treatment and liberty at the same time. We have both. We can have both. We can have liberty and we can have early medical prevention and early treatment. We can have both, but the tyrants don't want you to know that. And that's not all. Say no to indoctrination of our children through CRT and ESL, right? Say no to that. Take your kid out of school if they're going to insist on doing that, because I'll tell you what, a lot of people don't know this, the public school system loses money when you take your kids out of school and homeschools them. They lose money. They don't want you to do that. Homeschool your kids, man. We'll see how fast they start stopping their BS. This crazy ass school board. Say no to election fraud. Yeah, I said it. Say no to socialism. Look what's going on in Australia right now. Does anybody see what's going on in Australia right now? We got Afghanistan falling. We got tyrants in Australia that, I mean, for God's sakes, we can't have that happen here, and we're very close to having that happen. Unless something drastic happens and changes. And it's going to take us. It's going to take the multitudes, and it's going to take action, and it's going to take you having to take time off and be inconvenienced, but it's going to be necessary. All right, I'm almost done. You can also contact your elected officials at the federal, state, and local level and urge them to oppose all medical mandates and to publicly speak about early treatment and liberty. Check back at www.stopmedicalmandates.com for more resources going forward to help you pressure your elected officials to do the right thing. We went to Austin, to the Capitol not that long ago, and delivered papers to several of the congressmen to let them know that Texas, there was voter fraud in Texas. There was voter fraud in Dauphin County. And we had the proof, and we delivered it to them. So there's things you can do. It was a long day, but we did it. So go from here today know that you are not alone, and that you have the authority and the power to just say no to un-American medical mandates, and God is in charge.
Project. We've got several members here that are with it. What we have been doing, let me start off by saying that it is a non-partisan group of people. There's about 250 people involved in this right now, and they are from various counties. So you don't have to be from Nueces County to come and be with us and work with us. You just have to email, you have to phone call. But let me tell you right now where we are with the election integrity bill. The election integrity bill, better known as SB1, it's an omnibus bill, meaning it's got a lot of moving pieces to it. To say where we can come in with this just say no today is I want to say no to an imperfect bill. The bill as it stands right now still allows election fraud. How many of you knew that if you had Social Security last 4, you can register to vote, request a mail-in ballot, and vote with no legal signature ever shown to anybody? So how much voter fraud do you think occurs right there? We have been to Austin and we have talked to representatives, we have talked to senators, we have talked to the committee head, we have gone up and we have testified to say that we want this bill fixed. They've listened to us on some tiny little things, but it still isn't fixed. Thursday night, I think it was, the House of Representatives did pass the bill out of the House. Finally got a quorum. So the bill came from the Senate to the House of Representatives, and the House had the committee meeting and had the testimony, and then they sent it back to the Senate. But what happened is they made so many changes that the Senate had not seen or agreed to. So the Senate says now it's going back to committee. We don't know when that's going to be heard, but it's back in committee again for more testimony and more fixing of the bill. So I think what we did in the regular session is we let up on the accelerator too soon. This time we're going to keep our foot to the floorboard until it's actually over. And if you would like to be a part of this, and we're not asking you to do anything but make phone calls, emails, and so forth, we are on Facebook under Election Integrity Project of Nueces County, or you can sign up over here, just see me, and we will make sure you get the emails. But this election integrity bill is so important because we don't know when we're going to get the opportunity to make it right again. Thank you so much.
We are doing a tough job. For me, over here to talk is very tough. My English is not that well, but I'm here talking from my heart. What about if we stop this pandemic by closing the borders? By not sending people like Florida, like New York, like every single to make people sick, to put this pandemic bigger. This is a big lie made by the government. And let me tell you, I have kids, and I step in my foot on the ground, they won't have vaccine. I don't believe in vaccine. I believe our body can develop antibodies and fight for itself. So people, please stand on your ground and don't give up, don't give in, and no bow down. We are a free nation, and we believe in God more than anything else. Thank you to everyone. Thank you, Susan. You're amazing.